What up, everybody? I know I probably won't have any viewers in here for a minute because I did not advertise this. This was just kind of like, hey, I probably need to go live. Hello, welcome in. Let me see if I can get my messages. Here we go. Awesome. Hey, just me. I'm just popping in. I really, these new moons and full moons have been falling on my rest days, y'all. And I've been busy. I've been really busy, but I figured we could hop on here. I ran a poll about, the days that I rest, I really don't feel like doing my makeup. And I don't feel like, doing the whole camera thing. And it's nothing against y'all. It's just these days are really important to me to rest. And I have got so much sleep the last 2 or 3 days, and it's been so nice. It's just where I've been so busy dropping all these videos. Hey, Brittany. I just wanted to hop on and chat a little bit and talk a little bit about the full moon that's coming up this morning. I do have cards. I don't know. I might feel all willy nilly, but the poll that I ran was the whole point of this is presentable. I'm not camera presentable. I like a certain standard of what I look like online, and right now I got my hair ain't did, ain't nothing done. So we just gonna chat. One thing I am good at is running my mouth, y'all. But we can have a good little conversation about the moon. I can turn the camera on maybe if I do pull some cards to show you guys here at the end. I hadn't decided if I want to do that yet. But I just wanted to hop on and see how everybody was doing, how everybody was feeling over here on the Luminary Luna Beams channel. I really want to get to the point where I'm releasing videos with the card pulls in them, at the very least. That would be great. That would be like, I want to do it on the new moon and the full moon, and then start covering some other spiritual topics where I do batch recording and kind of release some videos. But yeah, welcome in everybody. So guys, non-luminary Luna Beams topic. Over on our Appalachian Nightmare, I've been busting my behind on these videos. They're coming out once every 3 weeks. And maybe this next video will be a two-parter. Might come out 2 weeks apart. But over there, we are only, I think the last time I checked, 45 subscribers away from, hey, Ransom, what's up? Surprise. I thought about it. I decided to do this like 45 minutes ago, and I jotted down some notes and got some things together to talk about the full moon, just a little bit of the full moon energy and what to expect. Just a little bit of information and see how everybody was feeling this fine, fancy, rainy, cold night for us at least. It's not fun. They teased us. It got warm, but yep, over on our Appalachian Nightmare, we're 45 subscribers away from 1,000 and becoming a part of the YouTube partnership program, which we already are, but to the full access. So we're excited about that. So thank you guys for getting us there over on our Appalachian Nightmare. Excuse me. If I want to cover a little bit about my other channel, Lights at Midnight, I have been too busy to film. Emily has been sick a little too. It's not my place to say anything, but she wasn't feeling well the other week, and then this past week I just did not have a free space to film for Lights at Midnight. But we're going to kind of regroup about that channel and figure out exactly where we want to go. I mean, we're doing important things, but I feel like it's time to kind of revamp Lights at Midnight. So, but yeah, you'll have to just look at this picture of me for now because I am not camera ready if anybody's joining in. So, guys, in the chat, how have y'all been feeling today? Has anybody noticed that they have more intuition today? Or if they've noticed they've been having more dreams? There's a lot of that happening around this lunation cycle, which I'll go ahead and just jump right in because I'm not sure how long I'm going to be live. Basically, the full moon is what we're having here. We're getting ready to start the cycle over again for the lunation. So if my calculations are correct, we either have the next new moon, which we're in a full moon cycle right now. So tomorrow morning's the full moon. But the next new moon should start Aries. And if not, I could be wrong. If not, it'll be the following one. I think it's the next moon. So we're starting the lunation cycle over again. So yeah, getting ready to finish up my journal this week. This is the first week that I don't have any filming obligations outside of Lights at Midnight. I have just a few client calls, a few paranormal things to do, and super tired. Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot. I have been sleeping so much. It is not even funny. But compared to last week, I'll put this up here. Compared to last week, yeah, I didn't sleep at all because I was working so much on these videos. Brittany says she had a strange dream recently, but it could have just been one of those weird pregnancy dreams. It's true, but the things that are happening right now, which I'm going to get into about the full moon, is we're coming to an end. We're coming to a completion here of the lunation cycle. So when I release this journal, you'll see kind of what I mean if you end up purchasing that journal. I will be going into detail a little bit on here, kind of like sneak peeks, bite sizes for the class and for the journal. So you guys can kind of catch a drift of what I'm talking about, but to kind of get the full scope, of course, it will be on the class or in the journal itself to a degree. The journal still won't give the full perspective of the class, but it'll be enough for you to be able to use it and understand it. Um, but February 12th, okay, so my time, we're about a little less than 2 hours away from that at 8:53 a.m. Eastern time. This is when the moon will be full, whether you can see it or not. It's up there. We got a lot of cloudy skies here and winter weather advisories, so I hope everybody's safe and warm tonight. We have that full moon at 24 degrees of Leo, so that is a fire energy. That's the big heart energy, but we have a T square with Uranus and Algol, which is known as the demon star, which can bring wealth, fortune, but it also can bring unexpected changes along with Uranus or Uranus, as we were taught in school. Um, that also brings unexpected changes. It doesn't always mean bad, okay? It doesn't always mean good. Cosmic energy is universal. It's kind of what's going on in each individual's lives. It also affects the world. Our country has its own birth date, it has its own astrology sign, guys. So, I mean, we have a lot of changes coming. One of the things that Uranus affects, which y'all may not be surprised about this, is seismic activity across the world. Okay, how many earthquakes have we been having? Okay, this is said in the astrology, not making this up. How about air incidents? Okay, so basically, that's a big thing right now too. But if you have a sign like in your astrology chart, let's say you cast your astrology chart, you can do that online, places like astroseek.com. If you have any of the fixed signs, so let's say you have any planets that are in Taurus, especially Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, which are fixed signs between 22 and 24 degrees, you're specifically going to be feeling this right now. This energy of like unexpected change, like it even could come across as like things are coming to an end. We're at the peak and we're winding down. Definitely has a part to play in a lot of the unpredictability. It also has a part to play with things you see within the government too, and how things are changing and they're trying to like revolutionize, depending on what type of astrology you want to look at. You have the Vedic astrology, which is they're big on the completion right now and revolution, and things are just changing, which it all really does work and it really does fit. So, but Uranus also brings like third eye activity, okay? And it brings on more intuition. You might be a little bit more intuitive. You could expect maybe, like we're saying, crazy dreams tonight, tomorrow. Um, the Sabian symbol, I've told you all about these, and the Sabian symbol was channeled in by a psychic back in the early 1900s. She channeled in every bit of the degrees. So there's 360 degrees on the astrological wheel, and she channeled this in, and it still holds truth today. It's absolutely fascinating. So it's like a metaphor or something to I'll just read it to you. It'll make more sense. So, camel is seen crossing a vast and forbidding desert. So we take that and we interpret it for what it is now. So if you break that down, what is a camel? Well, a camel is very self-sustaining, but that self substance comes from within. And right now, you may find yourself having in certain areas of your life, specifically where the moon or this lunation is falling within your astrological chart, which I can tell you which house based on each zodiac sign. I probably will do a reading for each zodiac sign, just a really quick one because it would make a lot more sense for me to do that. But right now we're having to self-sustain. And maybe a lot of us in a certain area of our life don't really know exactly where we're going, but there's something big happening. It's almost like we're retreating within. Think about it. And, it doesn't say anything about a man crossing the desert with the camel, it's just the camel. And if you want to put yourself in the camel's shoes, like we have to really dig deep right now to get the answers. But also to me, that is self reflection. We're in a self reflection point here, as a whole, in certain parts of our life. As a country, we're in reflection. I'm not saying one side or the other. I don't do that kind of talk online, and I probably ever never will. But where we're at right now, there's a lot of things changing really fast. A lot of people are scared and uncertain. That's the Uranus quality. It depends on what side of the line, and I don't mean political line, but spiritual line that you fall on how comfortable you are moving forward at this point. So I did a lot of talking there. If anybody's got any questions or anything too, and once I get done with the astrology stuff, which I don't have much more to do, I just wanted to go ahead and roll it out. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer that. Um, so let's see. Yep, fated endings. I think I covered that. Yeah, and then going back to like the fixed signs. So you had cardinal, fixed, and malleable signs in astrology. So 4 signs fit in each one of those categories. And fixed means like they're very very set in ways. They very determined. Can be. Some people can argue that these signs they really know what they want, and it's very hard to sway them. Okay, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. If you have any planetary signs or sun sign between 22 and 24 degrees in your chart, you can be feeling this type of energy that I just described of like self reflection, uncertainty, new chapters in your life, lots of things. And very much intuitive hits, downloads. You might be getting downloads. I've noticed myself kind of self reflecting a lot. I've had some surprising things happen. You may have had that happen too. Matter of fact, I think I do have planets at this degree. I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure I do actually. Generally, you want to stick to planets, luminaries. It can be asteroids, but luminaries or mathematical points, standard mathematical points. And if you don't know what those are things like the lunar nodes or the midheavens and stuff. You have to know a little bit about astrology. I wish I had a way. I'm looking into a new software because I don't know if I want to pay for StreamYard, to be honest with you guys, because I've had so much technical difficulties out of my audio on 2 separate devices, and I don't know if it's user error, but there's only 2 options here. But I've caught wind of another streaming service. I don't know how much it is though, but I would really like to be able to bring up screens and charts and things, and maybe talk deeper about things that way. Specifically, if I'm getting a ringing in my left ear. Maybe something's urging me to do that. I don't know. Left ear could be like, no, don't spend money, bitch. Who knows, right? Um, but yeah, so let's see. And I guess that's really all I had to share. We it's a T square between Uranus and Algol, the demon star, which again, if you're new or you just tuned in, can bring wealth, or on the other hand, or like prosperity, but on the other hand, bring unexpected, like unraveling changes. Well, Uranus does the same thing. So we can expect to see some potential upheave. If we tune into the news or something of the such across the world. It's interesting it says camel because right now, and this is not political, this is just world events. We have a lot of things happening in the Middle East where you generally see those types of mammals, and there's a lot of changes happening that have been announced about the whole situation over there. I don't want to specifically say names because YouTube doesn't like that very much. So yeah, I won't say anything about the names, but I'm pretty sure y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. There also has been talks about unexpected changes in leadership in the United States amongst a lot of astrologers and stuff like that. But if that happens, it's not going to be for the reasons that certain people think. That became a whole thing. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but there's been a lot of people on the spiritual side that kind of got sucked into that. And I shall not to be one of them. but it is important to kind of just briefly talk about, because world events do affect us and on a larger scale than we actually can see in our everyday lives sometimes as Americans. Let's see. During my clearing meditation tonight, Spirit gave me the name Common Ground for a music venue. And ooh, I like that. You know what I just got from that? I see it. It's almost like there's a little, it's not a barn, but it's almost like a stage built out of wood or something. And it's got a rusticy, as soon as you said that, it's like a rusticy vibe. It's like a real rustic Appalachian almost vibe. And I hear just all kinds of music. It's almost giving me bluesy type music as well, like hosting that kind of music there or something. So I see people coming in from Appalachia doing that for you. That hit me like a ton of bricks, Ransom. So you might be onto something. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, guys, I don't, like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I've already been on for 16 minutes. Thank you for the 5 that have stuck with me. I really didn't. Bingo. Okay, good. Yeah. Cuz I see like so it's like I'm walking down the middle aisle and then there's logs that have been split in half, and on one side they're split in half, so like they're benches. So you're making the seating out of benches. So you may have some of that, but I also see people with chairs and blankets and kids running around and vendors and all kinds of stuff. So that's really, really cool. Heck yeah. I would love, shoot, I'd come. We're going to have some barbecue. Barbecue. I don't know why I said that, but I did because it sounds good. It sounds really good. Any kind of barbecue. I'm a stickler for. Yummy. But yes, not vegan, not vegetarian. Don't have anything against that. I just like meat. I am a meat liker. It likes me, actually. I've tried to go vegetarian, not for any specific belief or purpose. I just really enjoy vegetables, but my body would not let me. I actually, it made me very, very, very sick, very tired. And your girl has to have a piece of red meat at least once a month to keep kicking it. So more power to those that can do that. For the reasons is perfect, but this gal right here has to have some meat. So keeps me going. Yes, that would be awesome. But yeah, guys, so let's talk about each house. So you can do your sun, moon, or rising. Your sun is your purpose, your career, your moon is your home, your family, your intuition, and your rising sign is the direction like you're heading. Okay. It's where the sun was when you were born, where the zodiac sign of the sun was, and the rising. It's a mathematical point. So when I talk about mathematical points in astrology, that is what I mean. Okay. So Aries, I might go ahead and let me see, grab a couple cards, and because I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into the horoscope part. So if you don't know your moon or rising sign, that's okay. You really want to focus mainly on your sun and rising sign. Okay. And what I'm going to do is talk about what house your moon is coming in for this full moon lunation. Hey, Lena. How we doing? Hope you're doing all right. Welcome in. But basically, so Lena, you're just joining us. I've just been kind of chatting about what the moon, a very brief summary of what this lunation means for us. The full moon that's happening at in Leo at 8:53 a.m. So it will occur earlier if you're not on the East Coast. So it'll be during the middle of the night before the sun. Good to hear, Lena. Before the sun rises for you. It's rainy here, so I can't really set my crystals outside, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, the full moon energy is not, it's an energy. It's not like just because it's out in the moon, that's a symbol, but just know, like, if you had a bottle, even a bottle of water, and you wanted to make moon water tonight, you can just put a bottle of water out there. I know that might be jinky, okay, but I've done it. I've done it and it works just fine. But if you have a pretty little glass or you want to add something to it like crystals or something, we need to talk about what you kind of do on the full moon too. Okay, so we always want to shower. If you I've said this before, certain people have been through mental problems. Some people are lucky not to have to deal with this, but I encourage all the folks that really need to focus on self-care but have a hard time due to depression or anxiety taking care of themselves, to shower around the lunar cycles. There's 8 lunar cycles in a month. Some people may find that gross, whatever. It depends on the type of work you do, what your body type is. It's a lot of things. But just hear me out. The full moon and the new moon, and you shower whenever you want to in between. But it's really important to cleanse your body, mind, and spirit. So, as Ransom was saying, meditations, you clear your crystals, you charge everything, you charge yourself, burn a candle. It doesn't have to be a fancy candle. Just signify, I'm lighting this candle for the lunation of this moon, correct? So, I mean, that's really what it's about. But I do encourage folks to bathe at the very least around lunar cycles if you have problems with that, because what it does is it cleans your body. And if you meditate, you can actually get in a better state of self care. So I've struggled. Let's see, I'm charging bottled water with full moon. I use water from, yes, there you go. That's really cool, actually. So I mean, yeah, it's perfect. Whatever you want to use it for, it really is helpful. It's not the stuff that we use, and I know probably everybody listening understands this, but the stuff that we use during these ritual times or ritualistic times with the lunar phases, those are things, right? Yes, that's right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bottle of water, in my opinion. It's what we put into it. It's our intentions. These are just things. Everything has a metaphysical property. Everything has an energy. We just use it, right? We are the ones that put the intention in it to make it work. So some people might roll over, when I say use a bottle of water, but I'm telling you, it's sufficient, right? Not, I mean, you could even use a mason jar, if that's your thing, and you have mason jars around if you want. If you don't buy bottled water, I get it. I wish I could become sufficient enough, but see, I have city water where I live, and city water is gross. It smells like a pool. I hate to even have to shower in it. Honestly, it grosses me out to a degree to have to shower in city water, which is bad. But I mean, it's got all those chemicals. Your body absorbs that. It sucks. I wish I didn't. I wish I could have a well where I lived. If I could have made better, well, I wouldn't say a better decision, but when I was younger and I got this house, that's one of the things I wish I could have changed about it. But, we live, we learn. I'm considering, well, I don't know if I need to talk about it right now, but paying off the car. So I'm a third of the way through. And for anybody popping in, I'm just kind of chatting for a few minutes before I get started with the zodiac signs. So sun, moon, and rising, just a random quick read. I mean, they're going to go by really, really fast, because I'm not going to stay on long tonight. This is if you're tuning in, this is kind of my rest day. Sometimes I get to rest on Tuesdays, but specifically Sunday, Mondays are my days off where I try to catch up on sleep, and then I spend time with my children today because they all come back Monday evening. So this is a family day for me. But everybody's just hanging out tonight doing their own thing. So I was like, I need to come on and talk about the full moon. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. I know I'm supposed to be doing card readings. Damn. Oh, the car. So most of you know that I'm trying to purchase my first car in 8 years after mine burnt down, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Happy. I'm halfway or a third of the way there, almost right at it. So within a month, I've got a third of the way there. I got to have it by April 17th because that's when we go to Ohio. So super excited about that. So it's trucking right along, and it can tow up to 3,500 pounds. So, which I can't really find a camper that works for me that will be light enough. I mean, there are some, but I have a family of 5, and I would really like to have something that I could put my whole family in. And they're a growing family as in size. So 15, 13, and soon to be 9. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking into it. It's something I'm thinking about, honestly. Just, dreaming. I have to dream because eventually I would love to be able to have my home and be nomadic and travel to these locations, and even bring my kids along and have them a safe place while I travel, because I'm not bringing them in haunted locations. They can stay outside in the little motor home or something and hang out while I do it, because I would love to show my kids the United States. It's a big place. If you've never traveled, You never really understand how big this place actually is, and there's a lot to see. Hey, Flexina, what's up, girl? Surprise! I didn't even make a thumbnail for this. I was too busy taking a few notes for the lunation. Did you hear me call? I did not. Did you? Where was this? Was it telepathically, Flexina? It's like Chastity. There's no telling. I just got this wild hair up my butt, which I was supposed to be doing in the first place. Like I pledged to myself to either go live or get out a video every lunation, but this is the best I can offer right now. Been catching up on sleep, and I have been so tired too. I know some other people in the chat said they've been feeling a little tired as well, which is understandable. There's a lot of energetic shifts, and when you're sensitive to energy, and it's big energy. Sometimes folks that feel this energy, we either ride that energy wave and we, brighten up and wake up, or sometimes it can be heavy energy, and it's not always the case. Sometimes it can just be a lot of energy, and it doesn't have to necessarily be heavy, and we still have to process that. And it can do with worldly energy, personal life energy, like that. Just the Schumann resonance, which is Earth's heartbeat, can determine that. Solar flares, we probably are. I wouldn't put it past us having a bunch of solar flares right now too. We're in solar maximum. 2025 is supposed to be the worst year. Expect more earthquakes. That's not psychic prediction. That is science. So that we're finally understanding. Flexina said, yeah, I had a weird night. Felt as if something was going through me. I was trying to scream for it to go away, but I couldn't. So I called for you and Archangel Michael to remove it. Hey, yeah, definitely make sure you're calling on the higher power. For sure. Like, I can sit here and say that I have weird dreams sometimes. Like, I've had people tell me that they found me online through other people and were just drawn to contact me because they felt like they were told, they prayed, and they found me, which was really, I'm very humbled by that. It's still kind of really weird. I've had so many people tell me they've had a dream about me being in their dream. It's strange. So, but yes, make sure you're calling on your higher guides, God, the creator of your understanding, Archangel Michael, perfect. Because, I mean, it really depends on what the situation was. It makes me wonder what energy you were interpreting, thinking. Were you doing anything prior, like watching something on TV scary? Um, or were you doing a meditation or anything like that? Like, if you could give me, heard like a low humming. I'm wondering if it has something to do with you trying to remove like certain energies. And I don't mean entities, I mean energies from your life that could be built up from past experiences, past traumas, and all that kind of stuff. Because, like, when we try to unstick ourselves from that kind of vibratory energy, it can be painful, it can be weird. I'm not. I'm trying to tune into your energy. I'm not seeing an entity in particular, but energy exists at different vibrations. Like, I've seen static-y energy around people that's not actually a sentient being, if that makes sense. No, nothing like that. I haven't. No, nothing like that. I haven't before. So, like, what were you? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but, and we're live. I understand that. Multiple people might see this video, but your actions that night, you'll have to ask yourself, thoughts, were they low vibrational, high vibrational? Were you watching anything scary? Were you trying to do a meditation? If you don't want to answer that here, just send me a message. Because I feel like there's something, I mean, honestly, not pulling cards or nothing. I'm just shuffling for the horoscopes here in just a second. But I feel like there's something trying to break off of you, like a habit, an energy, a vibration, lower. Stagnation is the word I want to use. Yeah, slap down. Yeah, y'all can read that. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like you're going through a transformative period. Like your body, that the vibration, you might be trying to ascend a little bit. Your soul is trying to ascend up. You're on that path of learning, and wanting, so in energy when it moves through your body. So like before I even knew what meditation or any type of energy movement was, I've been doing this my whole life. I wouldn't, it wasn't even pretending, but I felt like it was pretend at the time. But this was way before, like in my early 20s. I would start with the energy and I would feel it come into my toes and move up through my ankles, move into my knees, my calves, up my body, and it would just like pop out and recirculate. And it felt weird. It felt really weird, and it was like an unknowing meditation. So, and it feels different. It does feel different now, and it's like moving through you, and it might not come in from your toes. I mean, it could come in from the top of your head. It could start in the center of your chest. I mean, it's totally up to like interpretation. So if there wasn't, I mean, it could just be a frightening experience as you're trying to like, were you about ready to go to sleep or something? It might not have been anything bad. I don't want to, I mean, this is just, I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it was or wasn't, but I need more context about how it felt before I can tell you whether it was bad or good. Because if you felt like you were being held down, you couldn't breathe, like, I mean, the panic, I get it, but there's a certain type of stuff. I was sleeping when it started, so kind of forced myself to wake up. I don't know. That's really weird. To me, it seems like energy moving through you in some sort of way. I'm not going to make any specific, like, give you my opinion 100% on specifics, but I don't know. Normally, when you have something bad, they make themselves really known. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Something really bad, they get off to the fact that they're doing something to you. You're gonna have activity in your home. If it's paranormal, you're gonna have activity in your home prior, and I mean generally, not just like every once in a while. It's gonna be there. Like, and they can't just infiltrate. That's not how these things happen with hauntings. They can't just like bam out of nowhere infiltrate unless you put yourself in a predicament of invitation or you go somewhere and pick something up and crazy stuff starts happening. So, one thing about paranormal activity, it develops either over time or if it's an invitation. And I don't think you were doing anything like that. So, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if you start having more paranormal activity, like you've listened to all the stuff I've put out. So you know the signs of paranormal activity. And it's there. There's tons of content about that on across the board, except, well, maybe not on our Appalachian Nightmare, but a little bit here. I have my cleansing stuff and definitely on Lights at Midnight. So, I wouldn't, I mean, you did the right thing if you ever get scared, but just remember energy in general, it can feel a lot different. It can feel a lot different if you've something you haven't experienced before. It can be frightening. But if it feels like, could be, I've had jolts of energy, like I'll be half asleep and I'll have these jolts of energy, but I know for me, it's not spiritual. It's my body because I have my back problems. So like sometimes I'll jerk and it's my nerves. I mean, a couple nights ago I had like lightning bolts run through most of my body. It was kind of painful actually. Well, that's very, very kind of you. And yeah, you did the right thing by calling on Archangel Michael. But yeah, I hope that's somewhat helpful for you, Flexina. I really do. I just think you're going through a change and you might feel more things energetically because, we've talked about how you've had a harder time maybe connecting. Maybe you're starting to connect, but definitely watch out for those signs. I don't think it's anything evil or malicious or anything of the such like that, because generally you'll have more signs. But yeah, guys, I noticed there's a few more people in. I have already talked about the full moon, February 12th, which is tomorrow. It's only about 8 hours away, technically, for everyone. You're welcome, Flexina. Um, it's at 24 degrees of Leo, so that is a fire sign. There's a T square between Uranus and Algol, the demon star, which can bring wealth or unexpected change, just like Uranus or Uranus, as we were taught in school. Most of us, at least. Squares can be challenging. They can bring unexpected things. Also, Uranus brings in third eye, insight, energy, breakthrough. So yeah, Flexina, it could have been something to do with this full moon because we're getting downloads like energy. You can just feel it. I'm having a really easy time tapping in for the most part right now. And whatnot. I will say the Sabian symbol again is the camel seen crossing a vast and forbidden desert. The Sabian symbol was created by a psychic medium back in the early 1900s, and she created this because it was a channeled in thing for each degree of the zodiac. There's 360 degrees in the astrological wheel, full circle, because we sit center, because that is our existence in the center. We're not in the center of the universe, but everything is around us based on our perspective. There are some people out here that think the world revolve around them. They haven't busted out of their own perspective yet. Technically, the world revolve everything revolves around us because our perspective and point of view. Some people need to learn that. The word perspective, I'm telling you. So, anyways, get off my soapbox there. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. It's just those people that can't think outside of their own, which brings me to something else I will say. Okay. I will say this. Um, before ascension, when we still think with our ego, and it's not a bad thing, okay. It's just part of our human experience. Some people break out of that thought pattern earlier than others. Some people never break out of the ego at all. But the word perspective and the meaning of colors, I've said this multiple times, was the first like huge downloads that really stuck with me when I first started my journey, before I knew exactly what I was meant to do and what I do now. Is, perspective is everything. That's everything. And when you're gaining more perspective, when you're gaining more spirituality, your perspective, the way you can describe it is, you're in more of your ego. Everything revolves around you. You think back to a time, maybe when you were a teenager, how everything happened to you, revolved around you. Me, I. That's the ego. As you grow as a spiritual individual and a spiritual being, yes, huge horror fan. That's probably what's wrong with me actually right now. I'll get back to that because I'm gonna finish this first. Um, a horror fan is what she was asking. But yeah, absolutely love my spookies. Watch paranormal stuff every day probably. But yeah, basically perspective as we grow and outside of our ego and start to become one and understand that everything is interly connected, your perspective starts to literally energetically raise up out of your body. It's part of your spirit. Okay. So, like, if you think about it this way, a teenager that's, just getting used to the world, everything's about them, whatnot, as they grow and they experience, they gain a perspective. You're able to actually, that energy in coming up and seeing multiple different perspectives. It's also activating your crown chakra. And to be able to really see perspectives. Third eye, crown chakra, your upper chakras. This is what Spirit's telling me. They're just telling me this now. Our throat chakra, our third eye chakra, and our crown chakra, really, and our heart, it all is all connected with our heart. Our lower chakras are earth, higher chakras are spirit. From the heart, it starts from the heart and it goes up our crown chakra, through our crown chakra, to gain a perspective of our surroundings and other people. We can put ourselves in somebody else's shoes. We can gain a greater understanding of the world, and that's the thing that a lot of people still struggle with in this world. And the more perspective that we have, we can actually understand things from a better angle and work our way around and navigate this life. So, that is, I guess, one of my soapbox things. Got a little distracted from the horoscopes if you're hanging around for those, but I felt it was important. And colors, they have more meaning than I really know, which I've learned a lot about color. Color is very important. It exists in the spirit just like it exists here on earth. It's just more vibrant, and colors have power. They're metaphysical, but they actually have power and meaning on the other side as well. So, yeah, we pay attention to colors, like vibratory scale, for example. If you think about that vibratory scale that I've shared online, and specifically, I think the last time, I don't know if I shared it during thought forms or whatnot. Okay, Ransom, get you some rest. Much love and light. Thank you for hopping on. Get you some rest. After these horoscopes here shortly, I'm probably going to hop off here too because it's 11 o'clock and I need to make something to snack on. myself. Thanks for being here. But yeah, colors. So Archangel Michael, vibratory colors. When we talk about vibration and how that represents in color, your high vibratory colors are rainbow, bright. Think Lisa Frank, okay? Like those bright colors. And then you have the lower vibrational colors, which will be sometimes they seem bright, but they're not vibrant, like radiant colors. Like you can see, like what I call haint blue here, or like this, like it's kind of, I don't know, like a dirty teal. Sometimes I see those attached to lower vibrational entities because it represents emotions and sadness. That is how we perceive. Now, who's to say in spirit it may be the same, but as a individual here on earth, we perceive these colors in a certain way. Colors match our vibratory scale. Anger can be bright red. Technically, you would think anger would be like, hothead red. No, it's actually a dirty, nasty red. It's not bright, loving heart red. So try not to associate those two. When you think of love, think of that bright, like juicy cherry red or something. Or maybe not cherry. Well, yeah, maybe that color cherry red. Okay. But when you think of like anger, it would be like a faded out, not bright red hue. So, or things like that. And then white is high vibrational most of the time. Black is lower vibrational most of the time. It's just a good rule of thumb. So, yes, yes. All right. So now that I'm off that soapbox, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump into. I've been on for 41 minutes. Yeah. So I'm going to, because I got 12 to go through. I'm going to try to pull 2 cards each. Okay. I'm going to start with Aries and work my way through Taurus. I've already talked, if you're arriving in late, I've already talked about like the energy of the new moon. It was super fast. It's, nothing super, descriptive, but just kind of thoughts and feelings and things to expect. But we can go by our sun, moon, and rising sign. Okay. Again, sun is the purpose, the career. The moon is your home, family, intuition. Okay. And your rising sign, just think of it as the direction you're heading, your purpose, where you're going. I've been talking about orbs or black orbs over break. A lot of the times I have experienced darker orbs and it has been lower vibrational. Yes. I'm not going to say every time, but that is a general rule of thumb. But if you see a black orb, normally orbs don't normally interact with you unless they try. Like you've seen an orb interact with me, I didn't even know it. Like it's hard to tell. This sneaky. Spirits can turn into multiple orbs, in my opinion, from what I've been shown. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. So Aries. Yeah, I mean, I would say Flexina, I would honestly say that good rule of thumb about the color system I gave you, that's a good rule of thumb, but we're in a world that has tons of mysteries, so, hey, how you doing? Welcome in. Hey, Trista. So what we're getting ready to do, Trista, sun, moon, and rising, a little tiny horoscope run, nothing crazy. We're just going to go at it here for the full moon coming up tomorrow at 8:53 a.m. Make sure you're getting, if you do the full moon rituals or meditations or cleansing baths, even if it's just a normal old shower, those are great. Pull you some cards tonight if that's what you want to do. Just do it from a loving, high vibrational place. It's a good night to do all those types of things. Self-reflection's a big one for this new moon. We're looking inside to see how we can cross whatever challenges come our way for this full moon. So right now we're going to start with Aries. So if you're Aries, sun, moon, or rising, you can use each one of your signs for the horoscope. If you want, you can really focus on the sun and rising the most. But for me, I'm a Gemini sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. So I only need to listen to 3. The only information that I currently have about, and this is not like astrologically me reading it off the chart. This is intuitive. Okay. So I'm going to be working with the house sign. So for Aries, the full moon is happening in your 5th house. So I'm going to pull these cards And I got two decks that I'm working from. The fifth house is romance, love affairs, play, like fun time, in general, creativity. You can also have children. So the reason I'm telling you the house sign is this is the area in your life that this will happen in. So what kind of energy can you expect for now over the next couple days? Really self-expression, spirit, joy. Fifth house is the house of creativity. So in all of those things. So let's see what you have going on. Intuitive card pull. Whoop, there went one. And I'm going to use this. This is the astrology deck. I'm going to, okay, Flexina. These are kind of sticky icky. Not with like soda or nothing. They just energetically a little bit. Okay. All right. Fifth house of creativity, children, playtime, romantic affairs. Okay. Oops, I lost my place. Hold on. Let me go back. I have my houses pulled up just to make it easier so it can flow a little better. All right, guys. So let's see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Let's see. I'll read it to you. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. So let me see. So last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. You also got Gemini. Cross pollinate. And you got a trine or a sextile. Okay. All right. So to interpret this for you in the fifth house of romance, love affairs, play, creativity, just in drama, self-expression, how we create and express ourselves. Practicing gratitude goes a long way. Okay. Right now, you may have some challenging times, but basically, we have to reflect right now back. The moon is illuminating what we have worked for and be grateful for exactly what we have got in the past and where we've come from. Okay. This is for Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign. There is a trine or a sextile energy that's kind of coming into play here. As far as the trine and a sextile is energy, that's like a flowing positive energy. So whatever it's telling me, whatever's being illuminated right now for you is definitely going to flow and work out. There may just be a trying time for you right now, but it's time to actually step outside of your box and really try to like ask somebody for help if you need it in terms of your fifth house energy. So that would be what I would recommend for you in terms of the creative project, the romance, love affair. If you're having problems with your children, possibly, or you have a creative block or problems with self-expression, it's time to mingle a little more, guys, for my Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Hey, Emily. I'm doing a lazy live, girl. I ain't camera ready. It's Tuesday. I put a poll out on my page, and I said, sometimes your girl is my break day, but I needed to do something for the full moon. So, but yeah, we're going to do Taurus, sun, moon, or rising sign. And now, Taurus, this is taking place in your fourth house. So, home, roots, family, self care, okay, emotions, foundation, mother, children, women, femininity. It is the roots house, it is where you're from. And we got that energy of like, we're just not sure, like what's going to happen. And this is for the Taurus, sun, moon, and rising folks. I'm pulling one more card, if you can hear. Let's see. All right. I might have to make some physical adjustments here because my poor old hip is taking a beating sitting like this. My crippled ass. Okay, let's see. All right, what do we got? Opposition. So, confrontation in the home, possibly. Okay. And then we got first quarter moon in Aquarius. Trust the universe. Okay. So, my interpretations of these two cards and the house that it's in, this is your homes, this is your roots, this is your trauma. Okay. But also with the homes, roots, family, mother, maybe you're having a fight at home and it could be your family home. It could be a fight with your mother, or maybe there is an opposing idea, sun, moon, rising for my Tauruses. Just in general, our opposition, even within self reflection, because we're in a point of that self reflection. We're having all of this stuff illuminated, all of these things, all of these challenges, and now it's time to kind of get it in gear. Okay, you have to trust the universe. First quarter moon energy backs up the confrontation card, because first moon energy is when we actually have problems. That's when challenges arise. But within the lunar cycle, and it's denoting the third eye here too within this card, which means it's time to do the self-reflection. It's the perfect time to go in and meditate tonight to get the answers that you need to overcome this conflict in your home, roots, family, or self-care. Maybe you're having problems with your own self care, or maybe it's even trauma from the past that's coming back up. It could be an internal battle, or it could be a battle with your family or at home. Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. Hell yeah, I would too. Bubble bath. I know it sounds great, but it's saying trust the universe. You have to ride that wave. You have to trust the process, because we are ebbs and flows of energy, right? So we live in an ebbs and flow of energy thing. What goes up must come down type theory, which is generally true within terms of ebbs and flows of energy, but it depends on our perspective and our point of view. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is taking place in your third house, which is your house, your home house, actually. Because third house for Gemini is like the perfect house. It's the thinking, okay? It's ruled by Gemini. It's the mind, thinking, communication, siblings, social activities, interest, neighbors, and early education, and general communication, okay? And how we communicate with each other, siblings, like internal thinking. So my Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Risings, you really may have been putting a lot of thought into anything that could be topsy turvy within, like, thinking is kind of broad too, but it's within communication. But I'm going to say this, as a Gemini myself, I've been thinking about a lot of different things, and it will depend on your other planetary placements on whether or not you are able to, what you're thinking about. So in general, overthinking could be a problem right now, is what I'm hearing from spirit. Yeah, and I pulled the card out just as I said that, because it says cool your emotions. Like, what it's telling me is you need to take the time and kind of sit back and reflect and just soak all this lunation in and reconnect with self, because we got full moon in Aries, which is like high emotions, high tension about wondering what's going to happen. And in Pisces, that means things could be coming to an ending, that you really have to think about right now. There could be endings happening in that third house when it comes to siblings. Your interests may be changing. Education, early education. You might have some things happening if you have children in early education. Communication with people in general, it could be affecting that. So let me go ahead and turn the camera on for this one. So, yep, you want to cool your emotions, full moon, and then the Pisces card is endings, intuition. You could be building up intuition. Okay, that could be one thing that's happening right now as well. You could be, as a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, really trying really hard to connect with spirit in general. And it's not always about connecting with spirit, doesn't mean we always have to know. I mean, okay, look, before I say this, as long as you're in a high vibrational space and you're praying to the God of your understanding, and this is just my perspective. If this is not your perspective, that's fine, okay? But if it's how can I say this? I recommend always trying to be in a high vibrational place when I pray, I guess you could say, and I ask and try to connect with spirit is the safest method for me. Okay. You don't, and even when we're in a bad mood, we ask from the most high to help us, whatever that is for you. So I don't want to overstep my bounds here on anybody's personal or spiritual beliefs, but I think it's important that we reach for the answers from the most high. And that may be what you're doing right now, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, asking for divine guidance and communication with that Pisces card that come out. All right. Let's see. I'm going to move on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is happening in the second house of money, work, income, daily routines, values, and how you value yourself, okay? Your material possessions, priorities, habits, work, all that kind of stuff. So, anything to do with that area of your life, we're just going to get a little bit of insight, intuitive insight about this full moon. I'm tying in what house this is falling in. I'm not looking at any of the aspects. We're just doing a really easy peasy. I've already gave you the minimal aspect information about the moon. So as I'm doing these horoscopes, take in consideration of what I said about this lunation as well. It all works together. Okay. So for my Cancer, sun, moon, or risings in the second house, money, work, income, values, how you value yourself, your possessions, properties. Whoop, there we go. All right. So last quarter moon, this is endings energy in Aquarius. Aquarius is very much a networking community type energy, reflection on your priorities, and retrograde, which means review. I'm going to turn the camera on. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflection on your prioritize, and retrograde, meaning review. So what we do during a retrograde is we look back. So right now, for my Cancer, sun, moon, or risings, it's time to focus on and get a plan together as to what you're going to do around second house activities. It's very important to make a decisive plan to be able to get what it is that you need done. Okay, things can be coming to an ending with Pisces. It's going to be important right now to listen to spirit, divine spirit. Okay, around your daily routines, work, income, values, how like your actual valuables, how you value yourself, material possessions, your priorities. I'm sorry, I said properties earlier. Priorities. Okay, what are your prioritize? Okay, and your work ethic. What can you do right now? What's worrying you? What could be unexpected right now in that second house for you, Cancer, sun, moon, or rising? All right, moving right along to Leo. I'm gonna go ahead and pull for that. I told you this was going to be bite-sized horoscopes for the full moon. Little bite sizes. We're already halfway through. And if you're just joining in, I know I've had between 6 and 11 people in. If you're new or you're just joining in, these are kind of like my days off. So I'm not really camera ready or presentable because I try to have standards most of the time when I'm on camera for myself and just for my business and the way that I look. And right now I'm not up to par. I don't meet those expectations of myself. So you are getting kind of a what I call a lazy live, but I did run a poll on my channel. Only one person said they would not watch me if I was not on video. I'm sorry you cannot see my face today, that person, but it's better than no content at all, right? Still, I talk. I can talk a lot. It's fine, exactly. It's fine. In Emily's words, it's fine. Can everybody hear Emily say that when we say it? I can. Ooh, okay. So Leo, sun, moon, rising, this is happening in the first house for you. Okay. It's self, appearance, beginnings, the body, first impressions, your identity. It is the house of self, literally. And Leo, that is a fire sign. It is, are dramatic folks in a good and positive way. They have a huge heart. This lunation's taking place in the house of self. Okay, so what we have going on is last quarter moon in Cancer, and I'll show you this in a second. I just want to spit it out first. Last quarter moon in Cancer, which is endings. Last quarter moon is a time to literally breathe, and that's exactly what the card is saying. Take a breather. So we are coming up on endings. There's something about yourself that you need to align. You got the conjunction card. There's powerful transformation for my Leo folks, sun, moon, or rising in this lunation. You may be coming to terms with endings in your life right now that completely affect yourself. You may be going through transitions personally that affect you. Your attitude has something happen unexpectedly to you that's made you change your point of view on what it is that you need to like continue to exist. Maybe even like I'm getting a lot of like revolutional type energy from my Leo sun, moons, or risings. But you have, the lion's roar, you have the lion's heart, no matter what. It's not necessarily even doesn't have to be negative though. Like some people, I'm getting a lot of negativity from the collective. Like maybe there's a lot of energy from the collective for my Leo sun, moon, or risings, but it doesn't have to be bad. It can be good. It can be like these great breakthroughs. You're going to be receiving downloads. This is your lunation. This is your full moon. It only happens once a year. Take advantage of that. Make you some moon water, burn you a candle, take you a spiritual bath, like really get in the groove and meditate on what it is you need to move forward. So let me go ahead and share these cards with you. Last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. Again, that's endings. And a conjunction means together, building an alliance with self. Trust yourself. Leo, sun, moon, or rising. All right, we're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Yes. Yeah, exactly. It would be so cool if it was AI. Like, what if it, I need to switch positions with my leg. My poor old hips. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I did it. No, like a freaking feet. Not my feet. Oh my God. When we were live. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a break because I'm halfway through. I'm going to take a little bit of breather and tell y'all something funny. So, and something cool. So we went live. Several of you were there on Duran's channel, the Dead Serious Investigations channel. Had some paranormal activity happen on my end, which I come to find out two things that happened. One was funny. I'll tell you the funny after. Paranormal activity on my end, and I did not know this. So when I went to the arts place and the courthouse in Danbury, North Carolina, which is in Stokes County, where I suffer from a haunting, it's highly active, very spiritual place. We got something to whistle. I heard whistling out in the hallway when all of us were in the courtroom and nobody else was there. We said, whistle. The girl, Michelle, was like, whistle me a tune. And then I went, I'm going to do this. Okay. And then I wanted to see if the spirit would reply back. While we were there, I've posted on socials, we did get a reply. Okay. So I was in the bedroom filming with V while we were being interviewed by Dead Serious Investigations. So if y'all want to go check that out, you can find him. It's easy to find him, Dead Serious Investigations on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, please do. He knows a lot of stuff. He's really, really good at what he does. So check him out. But basically, we heard a whistle in our living room during the live. It's about 1 hour and 23 minutes through. You cannot hear it on the audio because Duran was talking, and it tends to, like, on StreamYard, pull the audio down on the other end when somebody else is talking. So it kind of mutes the other people to a degree, but not. It just kind of lowers it automatically. And it didn't pick it up. But we did have some things move that wasn't the cat. Like, every breathing entity in my house was in one room. We were all in the kids' room filming under their new loft bed. It's perfect. It's like got enough room for both of us and everything, and we enjoy it. Anyways, because I can put my backdrop up and everything. It's just nice. But we actually got that. But during the middle of the live, the funny thing is AI. Yeah, I know. Avatar, that would be great. The funny thing was Nick about took me out with his tree commerce, like talking about feet. That's what it made me think of. During the middle of the live, this swings his leg, and he's got sharp toenails. Like, he will cut me. It's borderline like offensive. He needs to cut his. He about knocked me out with his foot here. It was awful. It was funny though. Like, I had to like duck. At least I got cat-like reflexes still. But anyways, that was my little bit of story time. I'm gonna take a mid astrology horoscope sip of my diet Dr. Pepper. Well, Dr. Pepper Zero. Cancer moon, Leo rising, Virgo sun so far. Good. Yes, Emily. He about cut my aorta. Ain't that the right one? My thing and my jugular. No. My jugular. He about cut my jugular on live with his tree climbers. For real. I'm serious. So, on top of some really awesome information about descending spirits, believe it or not, we made it all the way through within 3.5 hours. Some sections were shorter than the other. It's kind of bite-sized information, except they kind of went off the rails on aliens, because that's kind of what Duran specifies in, so he knows a lot about it. And V can talk more about that than myself, because I'm not as knowledgeable about that, and I don't know like where I mean, I know I believe in aliens, but I haven't had as many experience with things like that, so I can't really talk about it. Yeah, 3 hours that we did. Girl, how many hours? I don't know if you remember, but it took us 2 podcasts. I want each one of those podcasts 3 hours long to talk about, because we did the diabolical and we did the abominable. So I basically kind of used a little bit I used the titles like elementals, um, demons and stuff like that, but I didn't go like super in depth. We just kind of talked about our experiences. Yeah. So yeah, we did it in half the time. It was crazy. But yeah, Brittany, yeah, it was big. We did 4 or 5. We talked about vibrate frequency, vibrations, and duality or something. So yeah, that's episode 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 on Lights at Midnight podcast. So basically all of that vibrational stuff in depth is there. I have more experiences now too since we recorded it, so it's not all tons of repeat information either. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to Dead Serious Investigations. He's a cool dude, good friend of mine, and mine and V's, but he's the him and his family. They're great. We're great friends. So trying to make it out there to see him at some point. We got some things up our sleeve. I'm not getting on a plane though. I really don't want to. I really don't want to fly, especially with everything happening. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the rest of these zodiacs. They're less than about a minute and a half to 2 minutes a piece. I'll try to go back in later and put the timestamps in for people that I realize it's more interesting to look at somebody talk. So like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys that much longer tonight. I just kind of wanted to hop on and touch bases with you and give you guys just a little bit of a horoscope and whatever spirit says they want me to say to you guys, because it resonates. The people that are meant to see this will see it. It's not one of those cheesy like psychic things where like you're meant to see this message, It's not one of them. I firmly believe I've tested it multiple times. Um, yeah, he is awesome sauce. I've tested it multiple times and it does work. The people that are meant to see this are meant to see it. It's a message for those who get their eyes on it. I'm not knocking anybody that says that or anything. It's just funny, and it's like this message is for you, But it kind of is. This is kind of for you. All right, I ended up getting 2 astrological cards for my Virgo Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, and this is taking place in your 12th house, which is the house of endings, healings, closure, spirituality, um like old age. So like if in the older age of your life, you can look at it in that aspect in accordance with astrology, your beliefs, your subconsciousness, and also it can be like self undoing as well, in astrology. So like how are you sabotaging yourself? Okay. But in this case, we're going to look at endings because we are coming to the end of a cycle with our lunation cycle. We're starting a new lunar year in March with the spring, with the spring equinox. I'm pretty sure that's exactly kind of around when it falls, but that's kind of how this rolls. So I believe our next lunation, our next new moon, I think, if it's not, I can't remember because I didn't do it last month. It should be in Aries. If it's not, it's going to be in Pisces, and we got one more new moon to go. So we are starting the lunar new year. All right. So what we got for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you got full moon energy in Capricorn in the 12th house of endings, healings, your spirituality, your solitude, your subconscious. Take a reality check. We got North Node and Pluto energy as well. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay. And North Node. Sorry, you're getting a boob shot. And Pluto rebirth. Okay. So it does speak of endings and about where your future's heading. It's definitely time during this lunation to really think about exactly what is coming to an end in a chapter in your life. Where do you want to go with your spirituality? Where do you want to go with your life in general? It also can talk about what's hidden. So take a reality check. That means kind of dig beneath the surface of the self. If you were here at the beginning, we talked about what this full moon represents. There can be some unexpected changes. There could be great things coming. It doesn't always have to be bad, right? Unexpected just can be a little scary sometimes. Things for your future. like things for your future are really standing out for this lunation. You're really planning for that. You may receive some downloads or insights or even some hits on about the next steps for you moving into the next lunation cycle. So within a month to a month and a half, there's going to be some things that unfold for you regarding like where your life is heading. And Pluto is rebirth. That means everything that comes to an end always has a new beginning. And that is definitely speaking of that 12th house energy. So however that applies to your life, so this is Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, you are in for the cycle again. It's time to plant. Right now, it's time to rest. Very soon, it's time to plant the seeds for new. It's time to make some changes, but these changes are self reflective right now. They start with you. We have to self reflect before we go and till our garden and plant our seeds for our plants to grow so we can eat the next year, basically. You know, that you got to think of it in the growth cycle, right? All right. Moving on to, we had Virgo. So now we are at Libra. So Libra, sun, moon, or rising. That popped out really fast. All right, I'm just going to take that first one. Libra, sun, moon, or rising. Libra is an air sign. This is taking place in your 11th house. So groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, hopes, wishes, and the future. Okay, and aliens. Aliens. You might see alien. No, I'm kidding. That's too cloudy. At least here. All right. So in the 11th house is the house where you connect, you network. Okay. So in groups, friends, what's coming to an end? What unexpected could happen? What surprise news could you get from your groups? What are you doing technology wise? Are you vamping up something within your home technology wise? Are you changing the way that you do something with technology? There may be something actually coming through really about this. It says first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurities. And then we have Mercury, which is the messages or the messenger. That is that third house energy, which is associated with the 11th house. So what are you meant to do right now with the general public? Or what are you doing right now with your social presence out in groups of friends? There's something that could come unexpected from a friend group or situation of the such. Or if you work online, this is very much associated with your type of energy. First quarter moon means maybe you've been working on this project with your groups or online presence. Maybe it's time to push through. Right now, there's going to be some difficulties, possibly with technology. You may have a piece of technological, machine. Your computer may fail like in the next little bit. I don't want that to happen, but there's unexpected things that could come. Just be vocal with your people that you're closest to in your groups, and be vocal with your community, Libra, sun, moon, or rising, about how you feel. If you do have insecurities about things and everything, like very much try to push through that. I mean, we all have insecurities, right? I never thought I would be going online doing the kind of work that I do here. Okay. Okay. But yes. So I'm going to leave you there. It's kind of vast, but it's really focusing around the groups, friends, social status, and that can be internet work too. You may have some unexpected change, could be unexpected revenue as well, actually, because it's in the 11th house and the Algol star brings revenue. Libra, sun, moon, or risings, you may be having some revenue online, actually, which would be great for some folks that work online. All right, we're moving on to Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. This is taking place in your 10th house of career, long term goals, structure, reputation, public image, okay? Men in general. So it's opposite of the fourth house. The fourth house is mother, the 10th house is men, right? Also is the house of fame, okay? So it's basically your reputation and career and how other people see you. So what's taking place? Unexpected twists, turns, positive or negative, just depending on what's going on in your life in the 10th house for Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. All right. So full moon in Pisces. So we are in full moon stage. Full moon is high emotions, peak illumination. Pisces, something's happened at work potentially that you're going to have to forgive someone for. Maybe you have to forgive yourself for your actions that you did in the in the presence of the public. Maybe you did something in front of a lot of people that you feel a little weird about. Or maybe you got embarrassed, or maybe something happened at work that you're going to have to forgive your boss for, forgive yourself for. The men in your life, your father, like if something happened there where it could be something unexpected happening there. But there's a big sense of forgiveness. I think I'm going to pull one more card too, because it's full moon in Pisces. Pisces is that ending energy. Okay. Pisces is that 12th house energy. So spirituality, healing, like you're going to, it's like a come to Jesus moment for my Scorpio sun, moon, and risings. Y'all have murky waters. Y'all are the murky water. Y'all are the swamp in terms of the water signs. And don't freak out. The swamp is thriving with life and mystery and taboo. Like, it's a really cool, like it can be a spooky place, right? But that is like you're inside. Sometimes we have to peer through that swamp. This is being illuminated in that 10th house for you right now. Last quarter moon in Pisces. It's more Pisces ending energy. Talk less and feel more. That's really important. I mean, maybe it's time that there's like a lesson coming from whatever has happened within your 10th house realm of energy. And the last one is the ascendant sign. So the ascendance is where you're heading. So it's if you're headed for new beginnings no matter what. And I'm going to go ahead and show you this. I'm telling you. And then the ascendant. Oh, hold on. All right. Now we are going to move on to Sagittarius. Then we have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So we're moving on to Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign. And that'll be ninth house. Sagittarius, ninth house. So it's interesting because Gemini is in the third house, right? And it's ruled by Gemini. Sagittarius is ruled by the ninth house. Higher learning, higher spirituality, foreign travels, higher education. You are in your house for this next full moon lunation. So could be kind of an easy transit for you. It's higher learning, higher spirituality, all those kinds of things. We've got Mars energy coming in. So maybe you're fighting to travel. Like you got a burning desire to travel. You got a burning desire to feel like you have questions you want answers to. Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, and there's full emotion. The Mars is the god of war. I mean, but it doesn't have to always be war either. It's action. You need to take action on whatever it is that you want to achieve. In higher education, foreign travels or travels outside of your community. Generally, it talks about foreign shore travel, but that's not obtainable for everybody these days. So it's even safe to say out of county, out of state lines at this point for our pockets. Living in America specifically, but what is it that you're wanting to learn? What's burning inside of you is it's like the feeling I'm getting, that fire. Where are you ready to shoot that arrow, that Sagittarius arrow in the dark? You have this, like, it's ready to happen. You're ready to take action on it. And it's first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Maybe you are having too much control over where you're headed. Sometimes we just got to let go, let God, and ride the wave, right? I say that a lot. And that's kind of where you're at. It's like maybe you've built the blocks. I'm seeing blocks. So maybe you've built up the blocks to be able to make it, to get your master's or your bachelor's degree. And now here comes something, throwing a monkey wrench in it. You didn't get this turned in time. This test didn't happen. Or maybe you're making travel plans and something happened to your flight. Like you may come up with that first quarter moon energy. You just got to release control and breathe. Okay. And it's going to come to fruition for you. Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we're moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, work energy, Capricorn. Okay, we're in the 8th house, Capricorn. 8th house is death, sex, and taxes. Um, so merging sex, intimacy, shared finances, inheritance, taxes, loans, assets, property, joint ventures, goals. It's the mystery house. It's the taboo house. It's the paranormal house. This is where this lunation is for you. So anything you merge together, with a partner, your finances, like again, taxes and stuff like that. So that full moon energy brings in unpredictability, around these types of scenarios in your life, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Again, your sun is your purpose, your career. Your moon is your home, your family, your intuition, and then your rising sign. So you take those keywords and you apply it to what I'm saying within those certain parts of your life. Okay, I'm telling you the house meanings. The house meanings are giving you an idea of where it's occurring in your life, where this lunation is taking place, and you kind of push all that together and see how it makes sense for you. Okay, because this is a general, intuitive astrological horoscope reading. I'm using the house for the astrology. I've done talked about all the transits and anything that's in astrology in the first part of the video very briefly. All right, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Here we go. Last quarter moon energy in Scorpio. We just talked about this. So 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. That's the murky waters. Reveal what needs to be seen. Have you missed something in your joint finances? Have you missed something in your loans, your property, taxes? Make sure you're paying extra attention. Last quarter moon is endings. Maybe it's time to file your taxes. Okay, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. Just make sure that you're looking over all your paperwork. And it's even the merging energies coming in here. Don't be scared to collaborate. It's not just what you merge together with your family. It's your friends too. And we talk about this in the 7th house a little bit as well. But whatever you're merging your finances into, make sure you're clear with both sides. Okay. It covers a lot, even with your relationships. Death, sex, and taxes. What is, reveal what needs to be seen. Is there things that you need to talk about with your romantic partner? Maybe there's feelings right now. Things are kind of murky. You're in the 8th house. That full moon is piercing through and revealing the taboo. If I wanted to keep this PG, you could say that maybe you want to try something fancy, with your partner, just keeping it PG here. But it's time right now to really collaborate and get across what it is that you want. These lunations do not last. Do not last for very long. The moon moves around the whole entire chart, the whole circle within a lunar cycle. Okay, so no biggie there. Each month indicates a full turn around the wheel, the astrological wheel. So these happen fast. These are very present. Like if you wanted to really look into stuff, you have to look into like the 8 phases, which I do offer. I have offered before, but nobody ever asked for it, but like 1, maybe 2 people. So I took it off and I'm only doing the 4 now. But matter of fact, guys, I have a new service list that you can find on. I do candle work now. So I'm doing candle work and all kinds of stuff. I have a new group, a group thing like with the paranormal. I'm doing group sessions now instead of doing them one-on-one. I'll be scheduling the first one soon. I'm gonna take a little break because I've only got 2 more to go, and just tell you this because I forgot at the beginning. I have for a lot of different services now. Some of them are exactly the same. I only took away 1 or 2, or I revamped them. Definitely go to Instagram. I'm pretty sure I put it on YouTube. If not, I did. I think I did. I put it everywhere on my Facebook. If you're interested in booking anything with me, lunarylunabeams@gmail.com. I'm going to put my link in the description. I don't think I can do it from here. I probably can do it from here though, but I'll do it later. But you can email me there. I never know. I'm trying to get a website done this year, but I'm gonna tell you what, I can't never get that stuff down. I could do it, but I want it to be nice. I don't want it to be all janky and ugly. And I mean, I'm not saying I'll do a bad job, but your girl got a lot on her plate, okay, right now. So right now I'm still doing my bookings through email, which works for me and my schedule too, because I never know when I'm going to be out of town. I never know. I got 3 kids. I never know when they're going to be sick. But anyways, or hell, whenever I'm going to be sick. You never know. But yeah, I don't think I showed y'all these cards, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Sorry. Maybe I did. Okay. 2 more. We got our Aquariuses. So this is in the 7th house of business ships, partnerships, relationships. Okay. Let's see. Equal sharing. So business ships, partnerships, relationships, marriage. This is 7th house. So this can be situationships, any type of ships, okay, except the kind that sell away. The kind that sell away would be 9th house type energy, okay? We're talking about our situationships, relationships, business ships, partnerships. This is the kind of energy that's coming forward over the next few days for you. Let's see. I'm going to reshuffle these because I don't like how they're all trying to come out at the same time. Seventh house energy for my Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Sun is your purpose, your career. Moon is your intuition, your roots, your home, your family, which is ruled by the fourth house. The sun is the first house, and your rising sign technically is the first house too. It's between the 12th and the first. But if you must know, that's where everything falls. If it don't give me a card here in about 5 seconds, I'm about to throw them. Sorry, maybe that I'm getting that from my Aquarius. My Aquarius people. Are y'all short fused right now with your business-ships, partnerships, relationships, interpretation style, and equality? Maybe my Aquarius, sun, moon, or risings are working off on these cards. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Okay, I got it. Everything's fine. Look, I'm losing my mind. I don't know what else to do. You ain't looking at me. I'm trying to make it at least fun. I'm trying to give y'all visuals here. Okay. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Here we go. You got 2 cards apiece, so something's happening. Okay. I'm just kidding. I don't know yet. We're going to find out. But I do know it's taking place in your 7th house for tomorrow morning at 8:53 a.m. East Coast time. So that means 5:53 a.m. for my West Coast folks. And then you can do the math in between unless you're overseas. And then it's going to happen. I don't know. I can't tell you because I didn't look. I'm sorry, my overseas folks, if you're listening. I need to get better at that. I'm still a baby astrologer. Okay. I don't know everything, all that there is to know, but I need to get better at that. In Southern Hemisphere, I ain't even got there yet, honestly, because there's just so much. It's so different because Southern Hemisphere, because it's a different season. It's summer there, and it's winter here still. So back to Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising in the 7th house of business, partnerships, and relationships. We got new moon in Sagittarius. So that new moon energy of planting seeds, focus on the positive. So yes, I think I was picking up some of that energy from my Aquarius folks. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's like that real staticky, like energy. You might feel that right now. Emotions are high. We got planting seeds, and then first quarter moon stopping it. What's stopping it? We got the Capricorn energy of the workhorse. Like you're ready to plow through your new relationships, your partnerships. Maybe your partner's making you upset. That's within your relationship or partnership. Focus on the positive and unleash your kindest self. So right now, yes, very much for my Aquarius, sun, moon, and risings, there may be some buzzings around that are not making you too happy. We have that Sagittarius energy, which is like expansive energy. That's the arrow shooting the flame in the dark, just not really knowing. Sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith in your business, partnerships, and relationships, and just kind of go with the flow. But then the Venus energy is coming in with love. So it could be particularly around a relationship. But there are some tensions building for you, Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Just remember to be true to yourself. Stay in meditation. Take a spiritual bath. Do all those things that that treat yourself kindly, because you need to. It's a very much of that I need to chill out type energy before I freak out type energy. And it's going to be potentially in the 7th house, businesses, partnerships, relationships, and the way you interpret things. So maybe somebody, it doesn't even have to be, it could be a conversation between one person and another that maybe get you steaming. Okay. The way you interpret your perception. So keep your perception in queue right now. There may be something unexpected to happen between somebody you trust. And it could be positive. Maybe it's a surprise, or it could be negative. It's all up to like where we are in our life. Cosmic energy is neither positive or negative. It's neutral. It's how we perceive it. Of course, if we stump our toe, we're going to say, ow, fuck, I stumped my toe. But, maybe it cut your toenail for you and you didn't have to cut them. So, I mean, that's kind of how cosmic energy is. That was the best I got. Okay. It's the best I got. All right, guys, if you're hanging still with me, I'm on the last one of Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. It is taking place in your 6th house. Okay. So 6th house is health, fitness, systems, analytic nature. It's your work habits, your organization. It's how you can be of service to others, and like what you give back to community. It's very intertwined with the health system because it's ruled by Virgo. So like how your daily habits and routines, okay, in that 6th house. You may be coming up with a new plan for your health, fitness, and routines. Maybe you are changing up your daily routines. You know, they don't have to necessarily be about health, but what are you giving back to other people right now during this lunation? All those sixth house type things. We have a full moon in Taurus. So full moon, big energy. Taurus is like the planting the fields. You know, Taurus is that green earth energy, detoxify. So maybe you've had some bad luck with like your day-to-day activities. We'll look at it from this more of a negative perspective, maybe with unexpected. Maybe something unexpected is going to happen to tomorrow or even today or tomorrow that threw you off of your daily routine. Maybe you feel bad that you cheated on your diet or you're trying to get healthy and you just feel like it's not attainable. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. I mean, just don't be too hard on yourself. It's time to detoxify. So, what that's telling me for my Pisces folks is you definitely want to meditate. You definitely want to shower, wash off any of the negativity. We just see what comes to fruition. You've got to count all your blessings right now, and be great. Gratitude's coming through for the positive and the negative. It's not. It's not saying it's going to go one way. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. Again, Uranus energy is unexpected. It can be very, very, very positive. A solar calm. So you're going to get more clarity coming up from this lunation. So if it happened like today or tomorrow, maybe it's even somebody and how your service to others. Maybe you've been helping somebody that's just not really, maybe you've been helping them more than they've helped you. You've been of service to them. And now it's like, they kind of it on you, shit on you, you know, or maybe you're in that type of situation. I feel like I might be talking to somebody right there. But really, it's about you. It's about your work habits. Like you're being called to change something within the realm of the sixth house energy. And you may have some upheave in this sixth house energy that you need to take care of. It is the full moon energy. You're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel for this. Okay. Okay. And the solar calm. That means not as many solar flares, not as much energy. You may be very tired right now, too. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Maybe it's time for you to rest tonight and not worry about nobody but yourself because you worried about everybody else so much. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Worry a little bit about yourself. Pamper yourself. Get back into your health routine. Get back into that what makes you feel good. Take your dog out for a walk. I mean, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. So I hope that was helpful to everybody. That does conclude my little mini horoscopes for the full moon that's happening at 8:32 a.m. in the sign of Leo at 24 degrees of Leo, to be matter of fact. Again, the Sabian symbol is the camel crossing the long and forbidden desert. So, what is inside of us? We have to ask ourselves, what's inside of us that's going to keep us going through these times? Whether it's positive or negative, we all have to have that drive that keeps us going. We have to search within. It's a great time to meditate and look within, ask your guides, pray to the God of your understanding, the Most High God, and figure it out. I mean, based on what all those things. What's a cough? What are we coughing about? I missed it. I saw that was 4 minutes ago. My bad. I was yapping. To talk that fast, sometimes I just close my eyes and I let my mouth go. So I hope all that made sense. Yeah. But guys, if y'all have any questions, spiritual questions, paranormal questions, so education, entertainment, enlightenment, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't either. I'm just floating here in my third house of communication, thinking. That's probably why I was able to spit all that out pretty fast. And I even talked in between. So I just let the communication flow. I really hope the people that are able to catch this, I'll try to do the timestamps here tonight at some point. I'm not going to say it's going to be right after because your girl hungry. She's hungry. Who all's here with me still? I see Emily. Look at the Saturn. Yep, Saturn. Ain't it pretty? Good night, Brittany. That was a long time ago. I'm sorry, Brittany. I didn't see you. I will tell you. Bye. Ethan is a Libra sun. It definitely hit for him some as well. I'm going to hop off. Change. Okay. Yeah, so Brittany's expecting, guys. So that's what she means by changing positions too. She's expecting at the end of March. We're excited for her. Moonlight Awakening. You're welcome. Good to see you, girl. What's up? Everybody go. Moonlight Awakening and Emily, the fine art medium. I'm sure y'all already know because y'all are probably my OGs that are here. Go give them a follows. Definitely go give them a follow. They're both content creators. Flexina. All right, good, good. Okay. What's up, Admit? What's up, girl? That's okay, Edna. I just got done with the horoscope. She didn't miss much. I just talk a little bit about, so anybody coming in late, I do a little banter in the between, of course, or I answer questions, but I kind of get started right away and I talk about the full moon energy that's occurring very, very soon. I just wanted to hop on here. It's kind of my off day where I don't have as much to do. It's a family day for me, but the moon doesn't wait for me. So I really wanted to kind of stick to and hold to hold to bringing you guys a video of some sort, whether it's a live or actual video surrounding like new moon and full moon. I skipped the last one of those lunations because I don't know, but I think I was doing a video. These videos, this one kept me up until 12 p.m. on the day that it come out, and thank God I didn't have any restrictions for Appalachian Nightmare. And guys, I know most of y'all have, but if you haven't checked out our Madison Drygood video, it's only an hour long. It's jam packed full of cool things. We got some really interesting Estes sessions. If you have not watched it to the end, if you skip everything, just go watch the end, like the last 20 minutes. You're not going to regret it at all. But welcome in, Edna. And yeah, I mean, I give the little mini horoscopes. So they're all going to be between like a minute and a half and 2 or 3 minutes long, mostly. Thank you, Amit. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm quite proud of that one. Me and Emily got to get together about lights at midnight. Hopefully, I think I have a time on. I don't know, but me and her talked about it. I went over my schedule with her, and she has me. And last week, I just couldn't make it happen. I did not have any time to do lights at midnight, so we got some things to talk about with lights at midnight this week. Me and her both, I think, have a couple ideas of what we want to do. We're going to discuss that. Yeah, I didn't. I surprised everybody because these are my rest days, as I was saying, and I'm not very camera presentable like I like to be. So I was like, and I did a poll about if y'all wouldn't mind me doing them off camera and just chatting. I mean, I know it's going to be my OG people that I'm doing this for anyways, or anybody that generally watches my videos. If they want the information, it's just going to be me staring at you anyways, until I can find some software where I'm comfortable using it. I really don't want to use this particular platform to share stuff with. Not had the best of luck on this certain platform I'm running. I chose not to go through YouTube today. Use this little duck guy up in the corner here. I'm not too happy with, but I'm going to look into some stuff where I can like share slides. Zoom is way too much. Like I have Zoom now for my classes and stuff, but Zoom's way, 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 way too much to do like lives with. But yeah, I think it's 11:49. Um I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yeah, I might just put it in the video or in the comments then. I'll link something in the comments to my link tree because I do have new services. And I do mini reads now. So my mini reads are very inexpensive. They're for one question, and they're not phone calls. So all of my other services are phone calls that we do one on one. But if you want a mini read, you get an audio recording that is uploaded to Drive of the results of your mini read, and or a video depending on what you order. Right. So if you order a candle from me, I show you that. I'm not going to sit there and record the candle burning for 3 or 4 hours. I don't have that kind of space. But I'm going to show you the start of your candle and all that kind of stuff and show you exactly what I've done. And you'll get a video of like the beginning of that. And then if you order a candle, that's what you get. Or if you get a candle and a mini read, you'll get the mini reading along with the candle video to show that I actually made one for you. And I would put the time and the date in those videos and audios recording so it's not just something that's like regenerated. And those are for one question. So generally, audio recorded messages will be less than 10 minutes because a normal session is either 30 minutes to an hour. But like if there's something you want information on, I'm doing it for almost every single one of my things. I'm also going to start doing a Paranormal group session. That's going to be $5 to join though, and it's nothing against anybody. I'm not trying to take money from people for this, but I feel like at least the start, I need to charge a $5 minimum to join the groups because I've had a lot of people that reach out for paranormal help that do not follow through. So like they'll tell me they want to talk, and then I might even talk to them just a tiny bit, and they run, they leave. I call them runners, and that's fine. Everybody is not obligated to talk to me or listen to me. I might not be everybody's cup of tea. That's cool. But I think I can help a lot more people in a group session than I can. Oh Lord, you still in the bath, girl? Yeah, I need to get off here so you can get out the bath. I ain't trying to get you electrocuted or nothing, girl. I'm gonna check on Emily. Damn, I need a bubble bath. Too lazy though. That's what I need to do though. That's happening like tonight or tomorrow morning. Or not morning. Who's kidding? I'll be asleep in the morning. but uh but yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'll be announcing it soon. I really want to make a video covering it on this channel, like a proper video. I don't know if it'll be a face video. I don't necessarily need one of those to talk about it, but it probably will be. Interested in doing batch recording as well. Like I need to start doing batch recording for this channel and covering topics like topic by topic for my returning viewers and new viewers. Like I got a lot of plans and ideas. I'm just running low on time. So my most important thing is, to make sure I stay in contact with you guys because I've developed a lot of friendships and relationships and stuff with people online that very much, yeah, right. The hair dryer, watch out. If anybody don't know what I'm talking about, bless our hearts. Yeah, that would be a bad idea unless you're hungry. I mean, that would be dope. Oh my god, I just got an awful like dark comedian vision of these Instagram girls making all these really cute baths, and one puts a blender to make a smoothie because they just didn't know any better because they're very young. Not every. I'm just categorizing things because sometimes youngins these days. I have a teenager, so I can say this. Okay, don't cancel me. Like I'm teaching her situational awareness because she's 5 foot tall and I am not. I'm like almost, well, I was 5'7". I was supposed to be like 5'9", but my back's like all decrepit and fucked up, so my back's crooked, so I mean I look taller than even what I am technically sometimes, I guess. Depending on the way that I turn, people say I look taller. I don't think I'm taller, but I think I've shrunk a little bit, and I tried to explain to her that younger women, this is for my ladies out there, there's no offense to men here, it's just part of educating your daughter. If you have a daughter, we educate them similar but differently than boys. Of course, I have a son too, but teaching her situational awareness and how she's a tiny girl, she's 5 foot tall. I said you're more prone to, you know bad things happening sometimes because they don't tend to go after the bigger burly ones like me. They go after smaller, more petite women to do things to. I don't want to get crazy. This ain't what this is about, but I think it's important to teach our kids stuff about that. And she just walked right out in front of this lady today, and I had to correct her. And I'm like, "Girl, I ain't letting you drive a car anytime soon because you just gonna run a red light, just being oblivious. It's like scary." I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys may have had teenagers or your kids are grown, but it freaks me out. Like I'm at that point of like, I don't want to let them go. Yeah, yeah, that is kind of what happened. Splish splash toaster bath. Hello, Jessica. Welcome in, dear. I'll just give you a little rundown super fast. In the first part of this live, I talk a little bit about the astrology, the energy for the full moon and Leo at 24 degrees, and then I just got done with a little bit of horoscopes as well for the full moon. So you can kind of scroll back. It should let you do it now, but you can look for your sign. I'm going to try to get timestamps in because this was kind of a surprise live. If you're interested, it's there. And if anybody's watching this after, please let me know if it resonated with you. Yes, ma'am. I did all 12, Jessica. I would say Cancer happened around the 1 hour to the 1 hour and 10 minute mark, or right before. So it's going to be right around then. It's going to take me a little bit to get the timestamps down, but I think If I'm not, let me look back through my messages and I'll try to give you. But I'm pretty sure it was around the 1 hour mark, give or take 5 or 10 minutes that I did Cancer. And you can look at your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign. So the sun is your career, your purpose. The moon is your intuition, your home, your family, your roots. And your rising sign is the path you're going, your purpose. Where are you headed? Where is Serena? I don't see his message. Oh, there you are. Hey. Sorry, it had a few messages come in really quick. What's up? What's up? Anybody want me to talk about anything? Because if not, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. If there's any subject or any questions that y'all have, it could be a personal question. I mean, depends on how personal it is. If it's not super personal, I'll answer it. It could be any question. No funny business. No funny business. I'd hate being your mom. Oh my god. Yeah, because you're taking baths with toasters. Or no, I'm sorry, you're not. Actually, sorry, we done clarified that. It's an inside joke. Please don't, God, please don't think anything bad of me, YouTube, or people that don't know me. Well, I mean, it depends. I'm a pretty much of an open book. I mean, I was a good kid. I mean, if you want to know, like, I was a pretty good kid. I was the only child till I was almost 12. Then my brother and sister were born. Yes, they're twins. Um, I never got suspended but one time for busting a biatch in her face because she pushed me, and it was the only time I ever got suspended. I got in school suspension one time for not getting my agenda book signed twice by my mom. I have no misdemeanors or felonies. I have a clean record, clean driving record, clean light. Never been to jail. Knock on wood. Dog's gonna bark now. I think so. I mean, that's pretty much it. I've been married once. Probably never doing it again. Uh, got 3 kids. Yeah, they gave me detention for not getting my agenda book signed twice by my mom. Well, my mom wasn't always reliable to sign anything. So guess what? I learned her signature and I didn't go back in detention. And I was the first kid in detention to finish my work. I finished a whole school day's worth of work in less than 2 hours. So suck it, detention, middle school. They're like, "Why are you even in here?" Yeah, motherfucker. All right. Yeah, I think it's all going to come out. We're in a precipice of change in that terms of that kind of stuff. It's going to come out more and more. They want the truth. And you look, I'm going to tell you this right now. People in power, a lot of them use astrology. They know when it's the best time. Plus, things happen according to astrology, even if people aren't aware of it. Astrology is not intuition, it is a mathematical thing developed by humans. I did listen to this chat. So here, let me just say this. There is a playlist on this channel only of like videos that I find interesting or that validate some of the things I even channeled in before, which is a topic I really would like to cover. Like I would really like to deep dive, and I think one of the last videos because this is the guy I think that invented a computer chip or something like that. I can't remember, but he's a mathematician and all kinds of stuff. Like you can't put this man in a box, and he's talking about how as us humans put things in boxes and how we developed mathematics to understand the universe. But that doesn't mean mathematics actually exist outside of our perception because they don't. Or understanding the quantum world and all that kind of stuff. It goes into that topic. There's some other videos there about health warnings and things. It's all kinds of stuff. It's interesting things you need to know or you should know or something like that. It's a playlist on my channel. So there's some really deep dive, introspective videos there on multiple different topics. There's not many yet. I'm only finding videos that are worthy to put there just to expand our mind and our knowledge. Math, yep, same thing. That all leads to a thought form that's got googly eyes and big noses. Yeah, I never liked homework either. I mean, I was. if I did my homework too, I'd do it on the bus on the way home. I would. If I had the opportunity, I'd just in history class, he gave us the book and to take the test. And like I was the only one to get 100, and I'm thinking, why? The freaking answers are right in front of you. So I got ended up getting like 100 in that class. I mean, it was easy. And all the other kids, they were like, it was honors class too. I had every honors class but math. I was a little smart. Not super smart, but smart enough. I hate math too. Yeah, I mean, I'm a learner. I love learning. Like, I always learn random shit. There's a lot of things in this brain, but I don't talk about all of it. Science was cool until we hit math part of science, and then I failed miserably. I didn't never fail, but I was not good at it. The math never made sense to me because I was such a right brain creative. Like your left brain, right brain, I was more of a right brain creative. Like, why does X equal one? X is just a fucking X. It doesn't equal anything. It's a fucking letter and this is a fucking number. They're not the same. So, but yeah. Yep. I still got to make a thumbnail for this. Ew. Ew. No, they're not hard to make. Canva. Shout out Canva. Matter of fact, I have a client that I will be teaching certain Canva things to this week, which will be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm probably going to start doing some stuff like that because I have a lot of people ask me for assistance with like CapCut, Canva, um, basic design shit. I mean, I went to school for graphic arts. I don't know. I'm just trying to expand out and help people. I have once I get down with this, down with the sickness, not when I get down with like all of the stuff that I've got planned going and I get done with some projects, I may end up announcing another perspective, another facet of things that I want to offer the general public. I know Canva needs a sponsor for us for real. Let's see. Hey Chastity, where can I send Duran a video I found about what we're talking about? Okay, so he has an Instagram. You can message him, Dead Serious Investigations on Instagram, and that would be the best place to message a Duran if you have Instagram. If not, he has an email, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me telling you what that is. Before I give his email out, do you have an Instagram, Edna? Yeah, you can send it to us. Same way. Instagram, email, whichever. Let me see. Is Instagram an acceptable form of communication for you before I give out his email, which it shouldn't matter. But okay. We'll do email then. So his email is deadserious237 at gmail.com. So it's at Gmail, but deadserious237. And yeah, I can give him a heads up. You're sending it to. But yeah, guys, I have been on for almost 2 hours. I think I'm gonna hop off here and go see my kids. V's got to go to work late or early. V's got to leave for work here soon. Technically, I don't know what he's doing. So I'm gonna go check on everybody. The young and only coming here once, the little one. So I'm gonna go check on everybody. And bye, Emily. I'll talk to you soon. You're welcome, Edna. Bye, Admid. Um, Last updates, I could say expect a video. If I get this video edited, I'm gonna start editing next week on art council or art place and courthouse, depending on how far I get. If I get far enough, I may put out that next video in 2 weeks instead of three, and then the follow up in a couple weeks. If not, the next video coming out in our Appalachian Nightmare will be at the end of February. I think it's like February 27th or 8th, whatever the Friday is. So I have another video released there. Again, check out that playlist if you want some introspective things and some like really cool topics. I mean, they could be nerdy, considered nerdy by some, but they are thought provoking. I love you guys, and yeah, just check us out on Lights at Midnight for more content. I am not going live with Down South Supernatural tomorrow night because I have clients tomorrow night. I've had 6 sessions this week, so I had to book them all out. So I will not be live. This will be the only time I go live this week that I know of, unless I get frisky. Who knows? I might go live on our Appalachian Nightmare for some reason this weekend. You never know. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye. Happy full moon in Leo at 24 degrees.